everyone. Welcome back to the Tori Cruz Show. I am so excited about today's guest. We have Maureen Francisco on with us today. And this is Maureen's, technically third time on, but really it's the second time that we've published it because the first time we had audio issues 3 years ago. So we are excited to have Maureen back on the show. And this one's going to be really special because we're going to talk about the Global Beauty Awards in Bellevue, Washington. That's coming up May 29th. But before we dive into that, I want to introduce you to Maureen. She is the co-executive producer of Northwest Productions. It's a media and entertainment company that produces live events, including the state qualifiers for Miss USA and Miss Teen USA for Idaho, Montana, Oregon, and Washington. She has mentored more than 1,000, yes, you heard it, 1,000, over 1,000 contestants. She is the co-founder of the Global Beauty Awards, which celebrates the pageant community at the international level. And this year is the 5th year of the Global Beauty Awards. And I am so excited to be attending this year and be a part of it. And Maureen and I will discuss more about it. But without further ado, Maureen, welcome to the show. I'm so excited you're here.
Thank you so much for having me. And Tori, you've been there from the very beginning. You were there from the very first one, and you've seen it grow over the years.
Yeah, it's been insane. Like the growth that has happened. You know, I didn't really even know at the very first Global Beauty Awards. I didn't really know what I was going to or getting into. I just love networking. I heard amazing things about you and your husband, David. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go see what this Global Beauty Awards show is about. And oh my gosh, like the people that I always describe you as a master connector, because you bring the pageant community and the beauty industry and honestly other industries within the Global Beauty Awards together and from all over the world. Like, who does that? That's crazy. That's so impressive. So it's been just really cool to see you guys grow and see everything that you've just created, you know, in these short 5 years, which I'm sure maybe seem about like 20 years for you sometimes, but it's absolutely incredible.
Lots of work. And what's great is you went from attendee to actually a partner now. You are going to be hosting your own event, Thrive Mastermind series. So I'm really excited about that you're taking the lead on that and having these amazing speakers from the CEO of a cosmetic company, Tori Bell, to Denise White, who many people in the pageant community know because she sold her story rights to Jennifer Aniston. I describe her as like the Jerry Maguire in her industry. She is somebody who manages athletes, really just anybody, influencers, celebrities, and she takes them from this level to this level. She's a strong woman, lots of grit, and she was a former Miss Oregon USA. So I'm excited that you're taking that lead and hosting it. And I know you have a lot more speakers who are going to be part of the lineup that you'll be sharing in the next couple of weeks as well.
Yes, I'm so excited and really truly grateful to be partnered up with the Global Beauty Awards and you and David. The speakers, I mean, it's going to be incredible. Thrive Mastermind is going to be super exciting. That's more I like to say the learning and the growth and a lot of fun. I mean, let's be real. We have fun with whatever we do, but that's going to be like the learning and growth part before we have like the big, massive celebration at the Global Beauty Awards. So if somebody's listening to this and they don't really know, maybe they've heard of the Global Beauty Awards, but don't really know exactly what it is, can you kind of dive into that and explain more about the award show?
So there's an award show that celebrates athletes, and we know it as the ESPYs, actors called the Oscars, musicians, the Grammys, but there's nothing that celebrates the pageant community. And we thought, well, why don't we bring every pageant system together for a weekend of celebration? Because one thing about pageant people, we know how to network and we know how to support each other. And that's where the idea came to be. I know just from my own experience, one of our volunteers, she wanted a job at Good Morning America, or at least an internship. And at that time she graduated and she could not get an internship at Good Morning America. Now, one of our board members is actually a producer at Good Morning America, and she attended the very first year. and she needed a ride to the airport. So our volunteer, Abby, took her to the airport. And during that 40-minute ride to the airport, that was her job interview. And 2 weeks later, she ended up packing her bags, moving out of Washington State, moved to Southern California, and to this day still works at Good Morning America. So there's a lot of people that you can connect with. And I know friends have been made from this, best friends. I see it on Facebook. Peggy, who was our former Denise White recipient back in 2019, is really good friends with a coach based out of Atlanta. So people who you might not otherwise network with because of different locations or different pageant systems, we're all together during that one weekend to, once again, support each other, learn about the different pageant systems. And people compete in pageants or are part of this community really is to support and the growth and the confidence. So what a better way to network than to come to this event. And, you know, this is like camp for me. I get to see you every year, Tori. I get to see you at Miss USA, Miss Teen USA, and of course, the Global Beauty Awards.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And just you talking about that, I'm over here. I'm like all giddy. I'm so excited. It's going to be here before we know it. It's May 29th this year. So May 28th is the Thrive Mastermind that I'm hosting. And then May 28th is the Thrive Mastermind. May 29th is the Global Beauty Awards. And so, gosh, the whole weekend is, I just really want to emphasize on the importance of that networking, that story that you just shared about Good Morning America. It's like, this is real stuff, you guys. These are the caliber of people that are going to be there. And I'm living proof of it. I was going to the Global Beauty Awards 5 years ago, the very first one. When I went there, I had no idea what I was stepping into. And then now, look, I'm partnering with Maureen with the Global Beauty Awards, and I'm hosting the Mastermind alongside the award show. And it's just like, you never know what's going to happen. And I'm also hosting the red carpet with Lou Sierra. And you guys, it's just, connections are everything. You're just one person away. And Maureen, I think, you know, it's something that we both can testify to is our friendship and relationship that we built from a personal and a business side of things has just like totally grown and prospered over the past 5 years. And it's truly because we kept that connection from the Global Beauty Awards, where that stemmed from. And we both have the same heart to serve and to grow. And really, that's exactly what the Global Beauty Awards is all about.
And what I'm in awe is when we think about the pageant community, we think maybe the age group of 5 years old to 27, there's a whole world out there. Seniors is a huge industry in the pageant community that I wasn't aware of. And then you also have the male pageant. So again, when you think of pageants, you might put it in a box and go, okay, it's only for women at a certain age group. No, it's for all people, different ages, men, women, different backgrounds. There's cultural pageants. Again, it's just learning. And as you said, it's about serving your community and networking. Once you meet somebody there, it's because you're spending that whole weekend with them, you're going to walk away with a list of contacts and friends. We have Mrs. Korea World who will be there. She placed top 6 at Mrs. World. She'll be there. You have Sri Sani, who's the current Miss World America. She is going to be competing at Miss World next month. She'll be there. So again, the list goes on. And of course, you're part of this. You're a huge staple. And because this is our 5th year, we're going to have a welcome party with a DJ. It's going to be great with desserts on Saturday night. Earlier in the day, we have your Thrive event, followed by an influencer dinner. This is about with 20 people really just getting to know each other. Then the next day you have the award show, the red carpet dinner. There's going to be an artist drawing photos of people as a souvenir. Plus you get to be in front of the red carpet and be interviewed by either Tori or Lou. So again, it's just a fun event, getting to know everybody. And trust me, you're going to be walking away with a list of contacts. I mean, Ashley Lindgren, I'm going to brag about her. Ashley Lindgren competed in Miss Montana USA, then ended up going to your event in the summertime, right? And then she competed at Miss Earth most recently. So So again, it's just the networking and the friendships that you meet during that event.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Actually, Ashley, so I met her at the Global Beauty Awards last year. And then after that, she attended my Miss USA experience that I had. And yeah, and then she competed for Miss Earth, and now she's up for an award. And it's just so many, you never know what God's going to do in a room full of people who love and support each other and encourage each other. And I think one of the biggest things that I want to say too, to go along with what Maureen just mentioned, is that we celebrate the pageant community, but I would honestly say if you are passionate about the beauty industry, entrepreneurship, supporting others, being in a room of like-minded high achievers who just encourage one another and empower one another, this is the room for you. And it's the one where we all just want to like empower and lift each other up. And we're a group of people that understand that there's so much room in this world for everybody. And you're not competing, but we all rise together. And so even if you're not a pageant girl or a guy who's in pageants, or even maybe interested in that, but you're like curious about this like phenomenal room of supporters in beauty and fashion and entrepreneurship, come and join us, check it out. And I just think it's the most, it's one of the best decisions, Maureen, that I honestly made 5 years ago, was to go to the Global Beauty Awards, because number one, you and David have both changed my life drastically. And I can just say from a, friend and business standpoint though, as well, you were the one who actually gave me the idea to write my book. And it just hit me the other day that this was about 3 years ago, where we met in Los Angeles, maybe 4 years ago in Los Angeles. And we met for lunch, and maybe Santa Barbara, somewhere along the coast there. And you're like, you should write a book. And I just started thinking about it, and my book still is not out, but by the Global Beauty Awards and my Thrive Mastermind, that is going to be like the official launch of my book at the Thrive Mastermind. And it's just such a crazy full circle moment where I'm like, oh my gosh, if it wasn't for you, Maureen, telling me back when we met for lunch in the LA area, how many years ago, who knows if I would ever have even, ventured off and had the courage to write that book. And so I just want to thank you for the mentorship that you've always provided me. And also just putting together such a powerful event and powerful room of people. You just continually amaze me by everything that you guys keep doing for others.
What I love best, Tori, is when I watch you go after what you really want to do in life. Like you're fearless. Whatever you set your mind to, you actually do it. And one thing what's great about where I'm sitting at is I get to mentor a lot of people, but not everybody is willing to put in the hard work, the grit, the resilience. There's a lot of rejection in this business. Mm-hmm. And you keep getting back up, like whatever it is that you're doing. And that's what it is, right? It's all about, as your quote in the very back says, winning is about not quitting at all. That's what it is. What's the difference between a winner and somebody not winning? A winner just does not quit. And I also want to add, what's so fun about the Global Beauty Awards is people dressing up. Like, wow, right? Have you thought what you're going to wear yet?
Oh my gosh. I actually reached out to a designer, the same designer, Nicole Botke, that actually designed my gown last year. And so I reached out. So I haven't actually gotten my gown yet for the red carpet, but I tell you what, that's like one of the most fun things. And my mom is joining us, and my mom is always so excited to wear an evening gown. She's already messaging me and calling me. She's like, we gotta get on this. Where are we getting our gowns? What are we doing? And it just had so much fun to just have a black tie event to go to.
Who's also very fun about dressing up is Carrie Damiano. If you don't know who she is, she's a former Miss Idaho USA, and she actually will create her outfit a year in advance for the GBAs. And I always look forward to what she's going to be wearing. It's going to be loud, it's going to be colorful, and it's going to be lots of sequins. you cannot miss Carrie when she walks into the room. And I have to say, like, the guys really know how to step it up. You're not just seeing tuxes, you're seeing a whole ensemble. I almost describe it as going to the Met Gala with the men. I mean, they really stepped it up. And the women, it's just so fun watching people showcase their style and their personality through their clothes. So I look forward to just watching people sitting back and looking at the different gowns that people have chosen.
Oh my gosh. I love interviewing on the red carpet and asking them about their wardrobe and the stories that are behind all these different gowns and these tuxes, and the wardrobe, the thought that is put into it is amazing. Do you know what you're wearing yet?
I do. I already picked out my outfit because normally I choose my outfit 3 weeks before and I'm always rushing to the alterations, but I decided to plan way in advance. I already have my outfits at the alterations place. I'm only about 5 feet tall, so it's really hard to find clothes about my size, so I have to get it altered. And you mentioned something earlier, Tori, about the people who do come. You don't have to be part of the pageant community, just anybody who's like-minded, all about being driven and supporting one another. Our past recipients of the Lifetime Achievement Awards include Paula Shugart, who's the president of the Miss Universe organization. We've had Stacy Shufflin, who's the founder of YBF. It's a makeup company, and she's also sat on the board of Miss America. You have Dr. Connie Mariano, who is the first military woman to become the White House doctor to 3 US presidents. And then you have the founder of NAM. So again, it's just amazing people, go-getter. These are movers and shakers. And what we hope to inspire those who attend or those who learn about this event is, if they can do it, why can't I do it? And you're in the same room. So really you have all of the resources and the skill set to do exactly what it is that you want to in life.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. So I think one of the biggest things that comes along with attending, I speak at a lot of different conferences, business events, personal development, pageant, and all these different, there's all these different events. And I think one of the biggest fears that I hear of most often is like, what is it that's like, it's hard sometimes just to pull the trigger and say, all right, cool, I'm going to come to the event. Like sometimes that, like there's fear that takes place, whether it's coming to an event or whether it's competing for your pageant or taking that next step in your career or that next relationship, where it like fear creeps up right when you're about to take some sort of action to make a change in your life or to take the next step. And, I'm a believer. So, I always say it's kind of the enemy coming in to steal, kill, and destroy your joy and your next step and that breakthrough moment in your life. And sometimes that can hold you back. But what is that? Like, what would you suggest to people that are wanting to come to this event, but they're a little bit fearful of the unknown because it's a big event. There's a lot of influencers there. There's a lot of but we're all a friendly group. So what would you say to somebody who's maybe like on the fence or maybe fears kind of creeping in on getting them to Washington?
Just do it. It's that simple. Do it, because here's what I've learned, and I don't want to sound somber, but the average life expectancy, this is according to Jesse Zittler, who is married to the founder of Spanx, Sarah Blakely.
Yes.
He said the average life expectancy is in your late 70s. And when you think about that, that's not really that far along, right? For me, especially, I'm in my 40s and I'm thinking, wow, that's not a really big window. So with me, I want to seize every single day, and it's a blessing to be here in this country, to be able to be given the opportunities and the resources to meet amazing people. I just don't want to take advantage of the blessings that I have. I want to be able to, again, just seize every single day. And when you start thinking like that, like, wow, I only have this many years left, you don't have much time to worry. You don't have much time to have fear in the way. And as I'm getting older, I wish I had this confidence when I was in my 20s, because I would have done even more things in my 20s, and I did a lot. But now that I'm in this interesting age, again, anybody listening who's not in their 40s is the best so far. Okay, 40s is truly the best. You just don't have time to worry. and your circle becomes smaller in a sense where you're very much more protective of your time. And when you're looking at this event going, gosh, is it worth my time? Well, you have to ask yourself, is there somebody in that room that you could definitely network with, somebody who's doing exactly what you want to do, but maybe needs some advice or some tips or some coaching? You're going to have access to these people. They're all in the same room. It's not like we divide the room. You can just go up to that person and say, hey, I admire what you've been doing. I love how you started your makeup company. Can you just share with me what are some of the tips on how to get started? Because I have my own dreams of becoming an entrepreneur. Or maybe you're a title holder and you want to take your career to another level. Go up to Tori and say, hey, Tori, what did you do post Miss Missouri USA? So again, you have everybody in that room, you have access, and all you have to do is just go up to that person and say, hi, I want to learn exactly what you did to get to where you're at today.
Yeah, such a good point. And it's like the all access pass the whole weekend because
Yes.
it's very true. And I always say to people too, like there's some girls who I've worked with and they're like, well, I don't know what so-and-so is going to think of me. Like, I'm like, reach out to, I have a client actually who works with a very famous country artist. And she was very nervous to reach out to her. And so I said, you know what, just reach back out to her. She went on tour with her once, but she was nervous to send her a text. And she now fast forward, sent her that text. And now my client is up for an award at the ACM Awards, Academy of Country Music Awards, here in March and she messaged me. She's like, thanks for telling me to send that text. And I was like, you just never know. Like people who, they may look like they're 15 steps ahead of you at this event. And you're like, wow, I wish I was Denise White, or, I wish I could put on this award show like Maureen, like how in the world, but like you guys, everybody, we're all so approachable. And I always say to anybody who's nervous to go up to somebody and ask a question, because I've been there. I still have moments where I get a little nervous to, ask a question to somebody who's like so much further ahead of me. But the thing that I always have to keep in mind, and when I would tell that to anybody listening who, is nervous to go up and approach somebody, is anybody who is further along than you in your career path, they will want to help you because they've been in your shoes. And when you've seen somebody, if one of you listening or coming to the award show or coming to my mastermind, hopefully both, and you want to come up and ask me a question, please do. Because if you're a title holder or you're aspiring to be a title holder, trust me, guys, it took me a long time to win. Like it was not an overnight success by any means. And so I know those mental roadblocks that you're facing, or maybe you just placed first runner up or second runner up for like the 5th time. And you're like, oh my gosh, should I even go back? I'm like doubting myself. And, to that person who is listening and is fearful, like come up to me because I've been in your shoes and I want to help you. And that I would say, Maureen, would you say that's pretty fair for most all of us who are going to be there, who are, kind of the leaders and speakers that weekend?
Yes, people are very approachable. You just have to take that initiative to go up to them. And really, the type of people who come to this event, again, I sound like a broken record. It's somebody who is wanting to serve others. If you're in the pageant industry, you are serving others, whether as a director, as a volunteer, as a producer, as a title holder. So right away, you have a certain section of the population. They're there to serve others, they're there to better themselves. And I also wanted to add, Tori, since I've known you for 5 years, you took the initiative in your life. You are now a podcast host, you have a coaching business, you're about to write a book, and it's all about taking that initiative. And someone once told me, don't look at things that you've done overnight, look at things in 5 years and 10-year span. 5 years, Tori, that's pretty amazing, right? Starting these different verticals that you've done, coaching, a podcast, and now a book, that's not easy. That is absolutely not easy. And the fact that you just even did it, while most people sit back and go, gosh, I wish I could do it. I don't know how to do it, but you're just doing it. And we're all a student of life. So So just give yourself some grace. And if you look at life as you being a student and you're here to learn and just do your very best, that's really all what it's about. So don't look about like, I have to hit this milestone at 20 or 30 or 40. Instead, look at life as, here's what I want to learn from my life. Here's how I'm going to be a student. And here how I'm going to give myself grace. Because once we put these big milestones, like I have to be married at a certain age, I have to have kids at a certain age. And let's say life is funny that way. Sometimes you don't get exactly what you want in life. You tend to get disappointed. But if you look at things as, I'm going to be a student. When it comes to my life, I'm going to learn. I'm going to do my very, very best. You're going to have just a better attitude about things.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Maureen, you're always so great at putting life into perspective. The last week, I think we were on the phone. I mean, we have weekly phone calls now, but last week when we were on the phone, you just really put life into perspective for me too, because, I'm a very high achiever. I'm a visionary. So I have a lot of like ideas, and like, I always want to make sure I'm doing enough. And I think maybe that's something that a lot of the listeners can resonate with, or the high achieving mindset. And you're just always very amazing at putting life into perspective. And just you even saying that right there about, 5 years. Thank you for saying that, because it is, sometimes I'm like, oh man, I should be doing something a lot quicker. But then I do look back, and I had, one of those moments that I shared with you earlier about the Thrive Mastermind happening alongside the Global Beauty Awards. And it happened because of all this relationship. And I just want to encourage anybody that is listening, that is considering the award show or Thrive Mastermind, is that it only takes one person, you guys. Like you're one person away. If you come to the event and you meet one person, that could literally change the whole trajectory of your life that you have no idea that God had planned for you. And it's just, I'm living proof of it with Maureen, and it's just been such a blessing. And like, you've blessed my life tremendously, Maureen. And just this camaraderie and this community that you've built of encouragement and support. And I would say too, that we all have very generous hearts and supportive hearts coming from the pageant industry. And you've shined such a beautiful light on this industry with pageantry by bringing us all together. It's just one massive celebration. It is the Oscars of the pageant industry, right?
It is. It's an Oscar. And honestly, most people will come to this event with a good heart.
Yeah.
You're not going to get all dressed up and book your flight, your hotel, buy your tickets without having a great attitude. You're there to meet people. You're there to meet friends. You're there to have fun. So that's what's great, is people are coming there with already an attitude of, I want to have fun. They're not there to be a Grinch.
No, not at all. So yeah. And even, from that, you mentioned friendships, and Carrie Damiano, who you were just mentioning, who designs her own gowns and before the award show every year. I just had lunch with her here in Scottsdale, and so those friendships, you just carry on throughout life. And it's not just like you see somebody there and then bye, see you next year. But they carry on through life, and you see each other at different events. And so, man, I'm just talking about it. I just get so excited about it. And I can't wait to continue this journey with you and David, and planning the award show. It's just, you guys are masters at this, and your heart is so amazing. And that's truly a testament to why the award show has been so successful. And so many people just continually pour into this, and just gets bigger and better every year, is because the foundation of it is incredible. Your hearts are pure and generous and supportive hearts. And so I'm just grateful for you. I'm so excited to be partnering with you this year with Thrive Mastermind, and bring in some really powerful, influential speakers. And it's going to be an awesome weekend. I can't wait.
It's going to be so much fun. And again, we wouldn't be here if it weren't for our incredible members, our VIP voting members, our incredible sponsors, our incredible partners like yourself, Tori. So for anybody who's ever attended or believed in this idea, I just want to say thank you, because this is a whole team effort, and people really understand the vision. Let's just support each other. Let's help each other with our dreams. And just for one weekend, let's honor. I mean, there's so many people to honor that weekend who don't get recognized, like all of the volunteers, they work tirelessly, or the pageant parent, right? Like your mom has been there, very instrumental in your pageant career. This is a time to, honor her as well. And she's actually one of the nominees. That's Lori Cruz, Tori's mom. And Tori, you're also nominated. So again, this is a weekend where we're just going to honor and give thanks, and also just celebrate each other of all of our incredible accomplishments. Because while the pageant industry is large, it's also very small, and it sometimes does get lonely. It gets lonely because if you don't have friends in this industry, they don't understand the sacrifice, they don't understand the mental fortitude that comes with it, the stamina. People only see the glitz and the glamour, but they don't see all of the self-work that you're doing inside. And it gets lonely unless other people are part of this journey with you and they understand what you're going through.
Yeah, there's nothing better than linking arms with like-minded people and doing life with, but then also having that, just like you said, honor and celebration, and that time to just have an amazing time together with your friends from all over the world. And so I'm so excited. So Maureen, if you just want to, give everybody listening where people can find you, where they can purchase tickets for the award show and for the Thrive Mastermind, and also just the dates and all the good stuff.
Okay, so for more information, you can go to theglobalbeautyawards.com. That website will have everything from hotel information to ticket information to who our presenters are. You can also follow us on Instagram at the GBA's official, or Facebook at the Global Beauty Awards. And my personal is Maureen M. Francisco on Instagram. So if you follow one of those different social media platforms, or simply just go on the website, you can have all of the information regarding what the weekend's going to look like. So just to recap, Saturday, we're going to have the Thrive Mastermind series hosted by Tori. Afterwards, there's an influencer dinner with about 20 people just getting to know each other. Then we have the welcome party that night with a DJ, desserts. The following day, we have the red carpet hosted by Tori Cruz and Lou Sierra. Then we have the actual dinner and the big night award show. This is a no pressure weekend, okay? Everybody there is already a winner because you're there to celebrate one another. So it's just going to be a fun weekend, no pressure, hanging out with friends or meeting new friends.
So much fun. Oh my gosh. Thanks for taking the time, Maureen, to come on here and chat about the award show, the mastermind, and all the fun things that are happening, and just the importance of being in like-minded community. I think there's just nothing that beats that, especially I think we all realize that the past couple of years with everything that's been going on in our world, and to just come together and have fun and enjoy each other and celebrate one another. It's just amazing. So thank you again, Maureen. And I will probably talk to you in about a week again, but it was so amazing seeing you, and can't wait to see you in Bellevue, Washington at the end of May.
All right. Love you, Tori, and we'll see you soon.
Love you too. Thanks, Maureen.
Bye-bye.